My GPSs, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio .world.
Rainier Avenue Radio, your community radio station.
This is Cindy Gray, the host of Heartbeat Radio.
This is Paul Tierson, host of Star
This
Time.
is Paul Schneider today on the 73rd edition.
Hey,
of
y'all,
Sports
welcome
Stuff
to
on
Travelers
Rainier
Guides
Avenue
to
Radio.
Venus Mars. Princess Robin, Risha Fairy Godmother. Yes, no,
Dirty Harry.
Your home for information about the impact of the
And
coronavirus.
amongst many things that's difficult about this virus is that it prevents
it's been
people from
devastating.
gathering. So
There are really heartbreaking stories of people who have.
There isn't anyone that isn't impacted.
shutting our schools down, including all athletic programs.
Your first-hand accounts.
I got used up to test, and I found out that I was positive.
A lot of people who know me, I'm still the first person they know.
But it was almost like you were patient zero for South Seattle. Your stories of community coming together.
Partner very heavily with Tacoma Urban League, who is doing some amazing work in response.
We're doing things for small businesses. We're giving out loans for small businesses.
And so I think it's very important that we have leaders who feel
I mean, I cannot tell you we're calling 20, 30, 40 minutes.
this crisis in our community. We've been working to address it.
Rainier Avenue Radio, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
DJ Dirty John.
Karen Z with Rainier Avenue Radio.
Hey, this is Sergio McCool. Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Rainier Avenue Radio.world. We got you covered. Local impact, global presence.
We broadcast. Welcome to Rainier Avenue Radio.world and our weekly coverage of the impact of communities. Continuation of our series. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us again here. And then again, now we are aware of the fact that we are and more folks listening to that. At one point,
Atlantic Street Center has been serving the children, youth, and families of the Seattle King County area since 1910. We partner with families and communities to raise healthy, successful children and youth through services including counseling, early learning, youth development, domestic violence, and education support for school-aged children. Committed to serving the African American community, Atlantic Street Center provides services and support for all marginalized people. Learn more at AtlanticStreetCenter.org.
Rainier Avenue Radio, your community radio station will provide you with more information. Rainier Avenue Radio,
Just different.
Welcome to The Sentiment, a thought-provoking show with discussions that consist of life's experiences. We are bringing thoughts and perspectives out of captivity and isolation into spaces that promote awareness, healing, restores hope, and proclaims victory in everyday thinking and living. Come sip with me.
Hey, y'all. We are back. It is your girl, Latrice Chenee, and you are listening to The Sentiment on Rainier Avenue Radio. I have missed you all. My producer was in Iceland, turning up, kicking it. So we have been gone for a few, but we are back and excited to be back. This is The Sentiment's 30th episode. Crazy, y'all. It went by really fast. Thank you all who have been sticking in here with me and enjoying my guest and enjoying the show. I am very grateful for you all keeping me on the air. So today on The Sentiment, you all, the main event popping for this evening is the amazing Kevin Roberson, known as Boxing Coach Kev. Y'all, please welcome him to The Sentiment. Yo, what up?
Yo, what's happening? What's happening?
What's happening?
How you doing?
I am good. How are you?
I'm doing real good. I'm feeling good.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for tuning in and tapping in with us this evening. I absolutely appreciate you taking the time to come sit and sip with me this evening.
And I thank you for having me on the show. You got me feeling way good today.
Absolutely. I
What's up?
couldn't even not have you. I'm so excited for everything that you got going on right now. And I'm honored, and I am a part of it in so many ways.
You absolutely are. Thank
so
you
I'm
2
really
times.
I'm really excited. So come on, let's before we jump right in though, what are you sipping this evening?
So as Boxing Coach Kev got to do, I got to sip plenty of water.
I know that's
I
right.
put a little lemon and honey in it though, but I got to sip on plenty of water every day.
I know that's right. I am on the sparkling water tip recently, because me and water is like, except for I'm doing the gallon challenge, so I have been.
Oh, really?
I have been. You seen this when I brought it to the gym.
Stay close to the bathroom. Yep.
I'm sure, right? That's the only thing you said. Yeah, exactly. But actually, my body is getting used to it now, so I don't have to go as much. The more I consume, I don't have to really worry about it as much.
Yeah, it does get like that. Yeah. So,
absolutely. Okay, so
excellent.
You're sipping on the water as Boxing Coach Kev does. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about you before we hop in with all the good old questions.
Right. Okay. All right. That's fair. Let's see. Where do we begin here? Kevin Roberson, born in Seattle. Pretty much a product of Seattle, and maybe some of the best. I feel like maybe some of the best things that they've had to offer. From the schools. I'm a Zion Prep kid. I'm an O'Day kid.
Okay, come on.
A Beacon Hill kid.
Come on, South
End. Yeah, come on. Yeah, we're doing this for South End. Come on. So I'm from here, but
now, so let's hold up your brakes. I was just saying, come on, South End.
Right, true. All right.
Yes,
all right.
Union, Alder on mines.
Right, love them all. But it's like, I'm from here, but I like to think that I'm educated, like, all around the world. I feel like the earth is my turf,
Nice.
I've had so many like good experiences here and stuff like that, and so many good, maybe like mentors and good people around here and stuff like that, that I'm pretty much comfortable, kind of taking myself and what I've learned and stuff like that, all over,
Nice.
But yeah, that's me. And also, like a big part of me coming up is that, I've formerly was in the community centers for a really long time.
Yes, that's actually how we met, I believe.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Before I started working. Yeah.
Late night.
Yeah. Right.
Yep.
For real, those days,
The good old days.
So, exactly. So it was like, a really big part of my life, and kind of gave back to that one, and kind of moving on to other ventures, and kind of leading by example, like the way that I've been teaching for a really long time. So so yeah, that's me. That's me.
Good stuff. So Kev, tell us why boxing? When did you begin boxing? And why did you begin boxing, should I say?
All right. I got a little bit of a funny story here.
Okay.
Kind of.
So come on, let's hear
it. When I was younger, I think I was about 8, 9, 10 years old, and that was like back in the day when boxing was really having its heyday. Mike Tyson was popping on the scene in the all black and taking everybody out in one round and stuff like that, and had all the grown men gathering and in garages, hovering around TVs and stuff like that. Just trying to wait for this 1 minute where he finishes the guy and stuff. And so that was like late 80s, early 90s, things like that. I'm 9, 10, 11 years old, something like that. I'm pretty sure it was 9 and 10. I see that. I go along with my father one time, and I see that happening. And, I feel like a big kid now because I'm in the garage with his friends and we're watching this fight and stuff like that. And so I loved that attention, I love that he was on TV. I love that, there was a stadium full of people, gathering around watching these guys. Really what they're doing is like, kind of putting ideas, on their back and stuff like that, and fighting for it, that little test of wheels in the ring there. I loved it, and And so, it started by like my father got me a pair of gloves, a teeny little pair of gloves, and there's about 5 of us in the neighborhood. And so we go out with these boxing gloves and we just go at it. And, there's one of us, but there was only one set of gloves, but there's like 5 kids out there. So what happens?
So you're sharing.
Yeah, we were sharing. We were sharing at the same time. Look, one of us would get the left glove, one of us would get the right glove, and we just be going. You know what I'm saying? That's that was our boxing match right there. So usually I got the left one because I was the youngest, but
that's
I made
what's
that
up.
okay.
Come on, Dad. Come on,
Right?
Dad. While we're speaking of the younger Kev, let's give a quick shot of teenage Kev. Okay, this was gifted to us from Shonda Rochelle Photography.
Oh my goodness! Oh,
yes,
you
she
about
took this of you, and I just want to show a sneak peek of this old school pic.
Wow!
This is not Boxing Coach Kev. This
Where
is
did that come from?
I don't know where she found it, but I said, she said, you have got to show this. I said, absolutely.
Oh my, right. Where did you
I have it for you. I'll text it to you.
You better quit playing.
I don't even know, but I was like, I literally fell out rolling when I seen it.
With the Kango.
I just had to bless the people with teenage model Kev.
Wow. Good one. All right, good one.
Absolutely. So this actually leads me to my next question. You spoke to something that triggered this next question. You said it was almost like they had an idea or something that they had on their back, something that they were fighting for. So what does boxing mean to you?
Historically, boxing has been that. Boxing has been, my guy, I have this idea for my guy and you have that idea for your guy. Like historically, boxing has been, the only place where 2 men, regardless of their background, regardless of whatever else they come from, the only place where they can be equal,
Mm-hmm.
And so, we kind of fast forward with that, through time, we also see other people, we also see, these ideas, challenged in the ring. The first time a black guy, was able to fight a white guy, the first time, a Mexican guy was able to, fight an American guy, and so on. Back in the day, like, when we were still fighting for civil rights and stuff like that, do you let the black guy win? Like we're out partying in the streets, celebrating in the streets and stuff like that. And so
it is definitely for the culture.
Yeah, come on.
Especially recently with these the Paul brothers, but we ain't gonna go there. That's all you were hearing was for the culture. Right, you gotta get it for the back for the culture. So okay, absolutely. So with that, what values and skills do you feel like you can translate from boxing to life? Mm-hmm. Like for you, what do you teach? What do you train when, and I can speak to that as one of your students.
Mm-hmm.
I'm new to the game, but I want you to tell us what your personal values or skills that you believe translate into boxing as it pertains to life.
So I'd say it like this, like, as a younger man, it looks like something else. As a younger man, it begins as something else. Like, oh, those guys are big, they're strong, and all these other things, and they're getting attention, But once you start doing it, like, you find out something else. And like the main thing that you have to find out is things about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Do you have the diligence, to come back and work on this, put the time into it? And so do you have the patience with yourself? And with your partners that you're working with and stuff like that. I think mainly at this point, like, really what I'm trying to teach is just like these intangibles, through the vehicle of boxing, through the vehicle of fitness, And of course, there's money to be made doing this and stuff like that. I don't think I don't think I ever, or really would ever encourage too many people to to do it like professionally or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, the most of what you're going to get out of it, is
Mhm.
kind of on this level, on the training level. That's pretty much your trophy right there.
Right.
I remember I have one of my students. I love this dude, Keith Beasley, second lieutenant Keith Beasley. Um, I love that dude because he grew more confident, as he began to box and put in his time and stuff like that.
Yes.
And then he began to, with that confidence, he was able to pour that confidence into his other passions, maybe the passions that came before boxing, the passions that really stuck with him, and maybe had put on hold for a little while or something like that, or even continued.
Right.
And through all this, he's writing books, wrote one book, wrote another book, or something like that. And I think it kind of brings people to the level where they feel like they're confident enough to maybe take that jump towards what they want in life.
Yes.
And so I think sometimes like more oftentimes all the time, matter of fact, that's the most of what it has to offer. And I'm beginning to see some of these windows of how I can the more clientele I have, the more I see these windows of how I can get this person from point A to point B, or really not even me getting there, for
just be the empower them and inspire them to
exactly
Right,
for them to
right.
build that road for themselves and stuff like
Right.
that. And
Absolutely.
I love that.
So we're talking
love it.
about values of life such as confidence,
Mhm.
commitment, patience, endurance, being able
Mhm.
to endure is huge.
It is.
I will say, Coach Kev is a beast in the gym, and you all, I struggle every week if I'm going to return. It's like, no, it's
it's because
amazing.
I do it because I love you.
Absolutely. I absolutely love it. For me, I often tell him weight loss will come. But for me, it is all about strength and endurance. When I'm throwing them uppercuts and when I'm throwing those jabs, and he got me sidestepping and front and back stepping, because it's with Coach Kev, I'm gonna tell you, it's all about the principle, and it's all about the foundation of boxing. So you're not all over the place. He gonna tell you to keep that,
right. We may do the same thing for a good while.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We
gotta
hit
keep
it though,
your form. You gotta keep. He is all about teaching the principles and the foundations of boxing, is which I appreciate. I don't want to just come to a class to burn cardio and calories. I actually want to learn the fundamentals of boxing.
And you can find those places a dime a dozen and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You go in and you just kick and hit and everything and stuff like that. But like, what do you know? Like, the more you know, the better you'll be able to do it, and the more you get out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at some of our comments. So D Money called you Player Kev from the producer who's behind the scenes with all this. We call him D Money, Daniel, and he called you Player Kev, talking about your picture, but then he also
oh my gosh, right.
He also said that he needs to see the videos of me boxing. That's what tickled me.
I'll leave that up to you. but I'm confident. You got that footwork.
Yes.
You're getting that footwork down. I got you.
And Kevin Lang, he's lighting it up. He's talking about if you went to the kitchen, you missed the fight back in the day. He also wanted to know if there's any promising fighters that you know of from the Seattle area.
Oh man, Seattle is a really small boxing community, and so like all the coaches, we pretty much know each other. We're on a text thread right now. We're trying to put on a test show and stuff like that, to be able to adhere to all the COVID restrictions and stuff like that. But there's a ton of them between Seattle and Tacoma. There's a ton of guys. There's a ton of guys that have been in the gym, kind of like, like digging for gold, you know what I'm saying? Just grinding it out and stuff like that. They pop their head up every once in a while, take them out for sparring or something like that. They, they get out there, they shock the world, just to test and see that they still got it or that they on the right track. And they go back in the mine and start working again and stuff like that. But we have, really like we're beginning to be, like we're at the very like beginning of, us being to be a great hub. We've already been a great hub for athletes, looking at basketball and football and stuff like that. But now, like, the Benavides are out here at a gym in Burien. One of my favorite guys, he's not up here anymore, but he was a professional also. Isaac was out here, Isaac Tadeo. Who else? Richard Ben Sicklin was out here for a while. Marquise Weston, with the mean right hand that, still got my neck a little crooked and stuff like that. He's out here in Tacoma. These guys are really great. And, you got to give it to their coaches also. Like, you may go in the gym and find a bunch of guys working and stuff like that. And, you just haven't heard their names yet like that. They just haven't, decided that they want to take that next step yet,
So with that, this leads me to the next question. So when did you decide, because I know that you did a little bit of professional level boxing. So when did you decide that you didn't just want to train, or you didn't want to just do it kind of for fun anymore, but you wanted to do it on a different level?
Yeah, it's always for fun. It's always like a next thrill and stuff like that. And so, at some point that kind of ran out. I think, really late in the game. Like I probably started fighting amateurs when I was like, in my 20s, definitely my young 20s, which is, again, still like a little on the late side. Most guys turn pro by then and stuff. But I didn't turn pro until I was about 31, I think. Not even 31. 33.
Okay.
30, I think 33. I had my first fight, and I just did it for a couple of years. But Seattle, again, like Seattle's not big for professional boxing up here, like that. I think we have like one venue, like near, not even in Seattle, just near Seattle. Otherwise, like you got to go to we're going to Mexico, we're going to Canada, we're going to California, anywhere else and stuff.
Right.
So, I was still out there thrill seeking at 33 years old and stuff like that. And on top of everything, on top of thrill seeking, that's all for some change, on top of, being a full-time dad, on top of being a full-time employee. You can't do that. It's a job, it's a straight up job, So, respect to all those guys at that level, what I'm saying? Respect to those guys who stay on that high level for a long time. It's you can put 8 hours in, no doubt, and still not be done, So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. So one of the comments says, he said, wait a minute, Latrice Chenee be boxing? Yes, Latrice Chenee be boxing. And I absolutely love it. I
it's
love
for
it.
everybody.
I'm at home with it. I'm trying to do it more consistently because I see the benefit of it. And so I'm trying to do it more consistently. So don't be trying to come for me talking about I be boxing. Yeah, I actually got hands nice with it.
Right. Since you picked up that jump rope, things been popping. You know what I'm saying? It's been good.
Yes, that jump rope is. I don't know if that one's. I don't even know which one really tears me up, but the jump rope is definitely not my friend.
No, I'm good at it.
Definitely not my friend. So let's talk a little bit about. I want to see how I want to do this. If I want to do your video first, let's play your video.
Okay, let's go.
Let's play that video. D Money, roll the tape.
D Money.
Boxing is all about how hard you're willing to work on it, how much time and effort you're willing to put into it, and it'll spit it right back out at you. My name is Kevin Roberson. I'm a boxing coach here in Seattle. People know me as Boxing Coach Kev. I'm from the South End, Seattle. That's where I spent most of my time as a child. I've been teaching boxing here in Seattle for nearly a decade now, starting off at the community centers, as well as a lot of the major facilities around here. Been able to meet a ton of great people, watching people grow. Relationships are becoming the best thing I've been able to create. Everywhere I go, I make it a point to go visit a boxing gym and speak with the people who are inside. I'm trying to figure out what makes them so important in their communities. I'm garnering all that information. I've brought it back to Seattle. I'm using it on my clientele. And now I'm ready to open up my own boxing gym. I'm looking to be able to give back to the community that helped raise me by creating a space where we can all come together learn together, and grow together through boxing. So in this space, I'm looking to have group classes, private lessons for anybody, for people who haven't walked through the doors of a boxing gym before, or the people who have and have experience and are looking to take boxing to its highest degree. So you've heard my story, and this is my goal, to be able to open up this boxing gym in my neighborhood. I know that this can happen with your support.
Come on now.
Come on.
I love the video.
Oh, thank you.
It highlights the heart of who you are. And you all, if I can't tell you anything about this man, he's definitely doing it for community. He's definitely doing it to elevate each individual that he comes in contact with. Like he said, to learn, to grow together. I definitely know this firsthand about him. It is extremely good soil. Sow the seed into your community. You want your young men and your young women. This is another opportunity to get your young people involved in something that they can commit to, that can shift their perception of what is possible, to give them the life skills of confidence, strength, endurance, resilience, all those wonderful things. So I'm really excited to see what's to come for you. Tell me a little bit more about how you feel the community can benefit, because I've listened to a couple of things.
Right. And much like some of this conversation has been, much like we alluded to like early in this conversation, like, the boxing gym, becomes the community center. The boxing gym becomes like the hub. Coach Kev's corner over there on Rainier and Orcas and stuff like that, Renew Physical Therapy. That becomes, where we're sitting down, exchanging ideas and giving to each other and stuff like that, much like we do after each class and stuff like that. I set that time aside for you guys, you know what I'm saying? Because I love that. I absolutely love that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's where all those intangibles are coming from. We're working on it. We're letting our subconscious work on it and stuff like that while we pounding away at that bag. And then afterwards, we're bringing that whole idea, we're kind of letting it out in words and stuff like that to each other. But I feel like, this is the opportunity for the community to put forward like one of their own, for the community to, go on and come together and have this specific type of community center.
Right. Absolutely. I absolutely love it. Kev, let's talk about what your current location, what is available, and some options are available to people who may want to get involved, not only financially to contribute. We'll talk about that in a second, but for those who want to get involved in the training aspect, tell us a little bit about what that would look like and where you're located currently.
Right. So right now, I'm on the corner of Rainier and Orcas, like in the neighborhood that I grew up in. I was fortunate enough to be able to build a relationship with the owners of that spot, with the owners of Renew Physical Therapy, which I've used their services there also. They're a great place. I love them. Eric and Rebecca, they've been wonderful hosts to me for the past like a year or something like that, or however long I've been teaching classes there, and individuals. And at this point, I've brought, a lot of the community. I've been at all these major facilities and stuff like that. And so I've brought like a lot of the community with me up there. I work a couple of hours in the afternoon, doing a couple of small classes and mostly one-on-ones right now and stuff like that because of COVID restrictions. And I think at this point, the way that I would really like people to get involved, stuff like that, is to, I do have the campaign. I do have that website, boxingcoachkev.com, or you can find me on IG, again, boxingcoachkev.com. And right now, be involved in this campaign and putting me forward, or putting our gym forward, really. I have a couple of, I've got a couple of benchmarks. I got a couple of things that we need to meet, before, we begin to move on to these next phases of, kind of putting this gym together.
Okay. You want to talk a little bit about that and how can people contribute to that?
Yeah. So, right. So, right now the campaign has started just this week. Campaign has started. Go to boxingcoachkev.com. You'll see that video right there again and stuff like that. And you'll read just a little bit more about me if you haven't heard it in this conversation here. you'll read a little bit more about me. And I'm looking for you to be able to contribute by, one, of course, like monetarily. Two, also, for certain people and on the level that can give me a lead towards spaces that are available, or that I can get into or find my way into in the south end of Seattle, because it's important for it to be there, because this is where we grew up at. This is where I grew up at, and some of you have grown up there also. And so that's how I'm looking to provide for you guys.
Absolutely. Okay, you all. You heard the man. Boxing Coach Kev said, get to the website, www.boxingcoachkev.com. Donate, contribute to a great community cause. Look into it. If you're looking for something different, you want to mix up your fitness a little bit. Boxing is not for the faint at heart. It's not just to be doing. It's definitely challenging on your mental and physical capacity, but it's absolutely worth it. Thank you so much, Kevin, for stopping by this evening.
Thank you.
I so appreciate you.
Thank you.
They can find your information on my page. But again, y'all, check it out. Thank you for stopping by The Sentiment. We will see you. Until next time.
Yes.
Thank you for listening to The Sentiment. Please join me next time with the next topic and the next guest that graces us with their presence. In the meantime, be blessed and be gracious and kind to yourself and others. Mwah, mwah.